Hello, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl here, Faith. From Faith Revis to Breath Faith is the same person, the same channel. Nothing has changed, only I changed the name from Faith Revis to Breath Faith. Thank you guys for always coming and supporting me. I really appreciate. May God bless you so much. I'm humbled. May God shower blessings and enlarge your territories. Thank you and welcome back to today's video. On my channel I do video concerning life at Gulf countries, both challenges and benefit, and in my videos I do give my own experience. I'm working at Saudi Arabia, and the challenges and drive here, it's almost the same in all Gulf countries. We pass the same challenges. If it's benefit, we pass the same benefit. So in my channel I do video concerning life at Gulf countries, both challenges and benefits, lifestyle, traveling, cooking, new recipes, storytelling and more. You are welcome in today's video. I have done part 1, part 2 about challenges domestic workers pass through. You can go and I will pin them on my description. You can go and check on them. Welcome to today's vlog. Today's part 3 of challenges domestic workers pass through. Yeah, number 1, sickness. Sickness is a common challenge we all pass through, because you know as well, these are not our countries, and everything normally change, especially the weather condition and lifestyle. When someone arrived here, you will have that majority of people, they normally pass. Majority of people, you will find they do got sick, especially the first 3 months. Also me, I got sick at the first 3 months. And as I told you, I normally give most of my own experience, and despite my own experience, I do talk to people, my friends, and they pass the same challenges. So this is a common thing. If you arrived here, sometimes you came here at summer and the weather is very, very hot. You need to drink cold beverages, water, something like that. And you will find, depending on where you have come from, let me talk about Africa, because that's where I know, that's where I've been born and been raised, and the weather is very conducive at Africa, especially in my country, Kenya. We don't have summers or we don't have winters. We have autumn or spring. We don't have hotness or coldness. It's moderate. The weather is very moderate. But the moment you arrived here, you are going to find things are very different in the crowd, the way you expected. First of all, when we came here, for me, I got sick within my first 2 weeks. My first 2 weeks I got very sick. I was very, very sick, and what made me to be sick, I was sick on my ribs, mbavu, nilikuwa naumwa na mbavu, my 2 ribs, they were aching. And what made me to be sick, it was not in summer, it was heading to winter. And where I was working on my former boss, the water of at then I was working at a house as a house girl, and I can remember this particular day. She used to bring her sister and her family. They were coming like 7 people. They stayed there for about 3 weeks. They used to come there every weekend. They came on Saturday, they go back at Sunday, they are home. They could come with the house girl, but the house girl was not working. She was going to sit with them at sitting room watching TV. She was just coming and sitting like the owner of the house or the same visitor. She did not help me to work. Now the challenge I passed through, it was sickness, because I was overworked. My legs were aching and swollen. At the same time, the water at the sink was at the kitchen sink. It was cold. They did not fix the heater, and that brought me a lot of sickness. And also the hammam, the washroom where I was supposed to go and wash, the heater was also not functioning. And now I got cold when I'm washing the utensils. And mind you, it's not the utensils, it's not few, there are many, because I can remember in that family I was working, there were like family of 5 to 7 to 6 people and then they had another 7 people, that they were 14 people. They were even 8 because of this house girl, and she was not helping me, who would come with the sister of madam. She did not want to work. She just came very clean, and she was just seated with her phone. If she's not in the sitting room watching TV, she's at her phone. She never helped me anything. She wanted even me to prepare herself where to sleep. I don't know why she was behaving like that, but I was not happy, and at the same time I did not know the language. Now I use another person, because in that family there was person who knows English, and I explain everything and I say I'm tired. Now let me come direct to the video. Now sickness is very common here, especially when you are new. Not even when you are new. Even if you have stayed here for years, you will still get sick. We are all human beings, and it does not matter where you are, you have to get sick. The body function normally changes, but here the sickness is very common. Now during that particular day I got sick. I told you the condition which made me sick, being overworked. I was standing in the sink for hours. I was not sleeping well, and the same times I was using cold water. Now it came a time I got sick, and I communicated to my madam. She ignored me. She did not want to listen to me. I told her I'm sick. The first day and the second day. She did not do any action, and she was expecting me to work. But I thank God, because God helped me. I was very new. My sister, even if you are not new, you are not supposed to allow yourself to be used. I refused to be used, and the third day I did not wake up. The first day I worked when I was very sick, and the second day. But the third day I say no, enough is enough. I won't work when I'm sick. If you cannot brought me medication, they have this habit. Every disease, they give someone Panadol. And Panadol, you know where, it's a painkiller. It's not a medicine to heal you. Panadol they are used to Panadol, but for me, up to date, I say no to Panadols. I take the first day. If it won't work, I won't take another time. Yeah. No, that's what I could advise you. Don't allow to be treated with Panadols. This is how they are used. Even if you are suffering where they normally ask, have you been to the Panadol? Panadol? Who told you Panadol is the medicine to cure diseases? It is only a painkiller. I normally told them like that. I normally tell them Panadol is not the medicine to cure, but it is to relieve the pain. So that it is like a first aid, but for them they take it a very strong medicine. Now she gave me the medicine, they did not work, the Panadols. I refused to wake up that day, and they normally go to sleep. That's how they are used to go and sleep during the day. At night they are awake. During the morning, that's when they go to sleep. Now she was expecting me to wake up and work. When the time for her to wake up reached, she was waking up at noon because of prayers. She wake up to pray, and maybe she go back to sleep again, or she stay awake. She wake up at noon and feel she's still sleeping. I have sleep, and I have covered very with my duvet. I was sleeping that time in deep sleep. and with my pain. She come very angry and very mad at me. You know how they normally communicate. Now she want to make noise to me because I'm sick, and they are the cause when the cause of me being sick. Wamechangia, yani it is their cause, not my cause, because if I was not being overworked, if I was using hot water at the sink and the bathroom, it could be better. She's angry to me because I'm sick. Who does that? It is very annoyed. It is very annoying and pissing off, and I know I'm not only the one. I'm very sure I'm not only the one who has been treated this because you are sick. She was shouting, hey, Mafisa Vishwa. Good. I told her, sure, ana taban, mita ana karam inti ana taban, but then Mafisa Vishwa. I did not know the language. I speak in Kisumu, my language, but there was someone who came and translate. She was very mad, and she told her sister, her daughter, take her to the hospital because she pretends she's sick and she's not sick. That's how they are. They behave, and because they are good pretender, I'm sorry to say that, but they are good pretenders. Even someone is not in that much pain, he or she will behave as if she's dying or he's dying. And maybe it's very true, something very true, but they made it to be like a big, the worst. Now they think the way they pretend, that's how we normally do. But that time I stand firm and I say no working when I'm sick. I won't work. That's when she saw I'm serious and she was afraid. She told her daughter, take her to the hospital. But God helped me that time. When we go to the hospital, she take me to the public hospital. In public, they do care about foreigners around because they know what foreigners pass into, especially when you are a domestic worker in these houses. And I thank God, good enough, I found a foreigner, and she was from Africa. We communicate in English. She was a doctor, I can remember very well. She asked me my problem, how long have I been working there. I explained everything. She was very bitter and very mad about that family, and she do lecture, that daughter of my madam, very lecture. She was annoyed, and she said, I'm not living in that house, I'm married. I told the doctor, no. She's in that house 24/7. She go for 2 hours in her house, or even she don't go for 1 week. We stayed with her. She knew everything what happened there. And then I was asked, do you want to go back to that house? I said yes, because they are not bad, but if they rectify, they fix the heater and they stop bringing visitors during the night, and I want someone also to help me. So I speak out my problems, and she tell her with Arabic, and that's exactly what she go. When we go back, I was treated, I was given medication, and I was told to rest for 2 days without working, and that's what happened. I did not work for 2 days. Yeah, and I was healed. I thank God because I was healed. I take my medication, and also I was given this cream to apply my ribs, and within 2 to 3 days I was better. I thank God because it didn't affect me that much. But if I could extend working, I could be suffering from it, could be worse. So my friend there, my sister, my brother, don't suffer in these houses. You have to speak up. Say no to work when you are sick. Now this is a common thing normally happen. You will find, sorry to say this, but you find those people who get sick until you get someone died in there. We have our sisters who have died in these houses, and they are deported at the coffin. Someone come very healthy. You remember when we are coming here, every person you have to pass for medication, for medical checkup, full medical checkup, not only checkup but full medical checkup. You are done X-ray, everything. You are checked. If you are a girl, you have been checked. If you are ready, you have been checked pregnancy, everything. You are everything full medical checkup is being done to us. So we came here when we are very healthy, and there are those people, even they are not certified. After you reached here, they will still go to take you to the medical. You'll be done full medical checkup, and they find you are okay. But after staying here, this is very sad. After staying here for like maybe 3 months, you find your body started, you have some diseases occurring from nowhere because of weather challenges or the condition. There are these people who normally sleep down on the floor. It will affect your health, it will affect your ribs, it will affect your muscles. So you are left here. This is very painful. You are left here when you are very okay, you are medically fit, but you are your body, yani unagonjekea huku, you get sick when you are here. The condition made you sick, but they know you are sick when you are coming here, and mind you pass on the full medical checkup. You are done even the x-ray, which cannot try anything. Also the blood, full medical checkup, but they still you came with a disease here. That's how these people they are. This is the common thing, and this is very common challenge everyone pass through. These people, they don't want, if you said, if you announce or you tell someone I'm sick, they will assume you are pretending. I don't know why they take it like that. And mind you, the hospitals are very free. If you live here legally, the hospitals are free for the government sectors. They are very free. And mind you, even in interior villages, there is hospitals. It's not like the hospital is very far. It will cost them so much to drive you there. They don't care only because you are a domestic worker. Only you are not. Let me not explain about that, but they know us very much. When you are sick, you said you report you are sick, but they still ignore. And I don't know, I cannot explain because I'm not them. Because even then, when you find them they are sick, they just say I will be fine. And if someone go hospital, they never take those medication. Sometimes they say mustashfa mafi faida. They normally say hospital is not benefit, but take me there. Let me know it's not benefit if you have taken the step. But majority they until today. Not that I was that new. Every time I find this is a very common challenge. Even here I'm used to hear these people are good, but there is sometimes when you are sick, they still ignore you. If you wake up and work, they ignore you. The next day they ignore you, but the third day I say no, I'm not going to work. I call someone and told her or him, I told you I'm not feeling well, and you did not take any actions. I have taken Panadol, nothing is working. Now, the time they say you are serious, and they will think you are not serious when you are still working. My sister there, or my brother, if you communicate and report you are sick and they didn't take any action, don't continue working. They will take actions very fast and take you to the hospital. And sometimes you find the doctors, they have been lectured at hospital, because when the doctor do you check up and find the disease is very worse, but for them they thought you are pretending. And especially when you are sick, your face automatically change. Sometimes even you are not eating well, but they assume, these people, if you are sick and you are eating, they say she's eating, they think you are okay. Who said sick people never eat? And for me, I see, no, when I'm sick, no working. If you are not taking any precautions, or you are not taking me any step to the hospital, no working. I would advise my sister there, don't allow to work, don't allow to be used. If you are sick, don't work. They will do you nothing. They will just take the step and take you to the hospital, and you will come and take the medication and you will be okay. This is a common disease. We are suffering here. You might see us smiling and saying we are okay. Sometimes even we don't report to our family. We say them we are okay. We don't want to shock them and show them how sick we are. We try to be strong for ourselves. I know I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Can you comment there? Can you suggest my sister or my brother? Have you passed this challenge about sickness? It is the worst. Yeah, guys, kindly, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting? Just subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel. Support me by subscribing. Share this video. Let this video go viral. And like, comment your suggestion. Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so grateful for always coming and supporting me. Kindly, can you comment, suggest in the comment section, have you passed this challenge? For me, it normally happen, not once, not twice. It's this habit continues.